and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of YouTube. Hope today, hope feeling grand and always well in the world. Hello there, everybody. Today, people of YouTube, I have this amp to show you. This is a nut. I think someone's just turned on an electrical device somewhere because I can hear it through the amp. I don't know if you can hear that. That's really distracting. I'm just going to turn that off. It wasn't there, and then all of a sudden someone's flicked a switch somewhere and it's come through. Anyway, these amps are nightmares for that, but it doesn't matter because they're great. So yeah, this is a 1988 Marshall bass combo that I recently picked up. Well, recently when this video was filmed, not recently when this video comes out. But this, I've been after one of these for quite a while now because I'm a massive fan of this series of Marshall amps, like the late 80s stuff. Well, 80s in general, really, and the 70s stuff, to be fair. Their solid state stuff, I think, is just amazing. Like the Marshall Master Reverb, the 5210 Be Quiet Phone, the Marshall Master Lead, the stuff that I've got in the other room, and some other amps as well that I've had and let go to because I'm an idiot, basically. Anyway, this one came up for sale recently, and I just saw it and I was like, I'm gonna have to have that. Really, you know, these things are never normally very expensive either. Like the Master Reverbs, you know, these ones, stuff like that. They're not expensive. Excuse me. And yes, it's a bass amp, but sounds amazing with guitar, as I'll hopefully be able to show you in this video. So it's very bare bones, people with tube. You've got two inputs, high and low. Preamp volume here, kind of doesn't really distort. The amp's very clean unless you wind up the master with the preamp, and I will show you that as well. You can get some amazing kind of Marshall, kind of JTM 45-esque kind of sounds. I say esque because it's not exactly the same as like that, but it's a cranked Marshall and it sounds beefy, especially with a Les Paul. It sounds amazing. So you got preamp volume, master volume, treble, middle, bass presence. You got a line output here as well, which we're not going to try, and that's it. That's your lot. No, nothing else. No bells and whistles, no reverb, no nothing. It is what it is. This is a great pedal platform for home use. Live, not loud enough. This amp would never go loud enough for live. Bass or guitar. You know, it's a really good sounding amp, but it's a home use and recording amp only, I would say. I mean, if you kind of like backing like just a guy with an acoustic guitar, you might be able to get away with it. But band, nah, forget it. It's not a band amp, but again, great recording amp and a great pedal platform for bass players and guitarists. You know, it works both ways. It really does. And yeah, I will plug a bass in and amuse you at some point, people with YouTube, just to kind of like embarrass myself. So, but you can't wait for that. Anyway, like I said, this thing takes pedals so well. So I thought what I would do first off is I'll show you some tones with my pedal board plugged into this thing. And then what we'll do after that is we'll get into straight in sounds. I'm going to plug in, you know, the Strat straight in, show you some kind of like nice kind of cleanish tones. And then I'm going to plug my Les Paul in as well and let you hear some kind of like, you know, really gnarly broken up things. To do that, I've got to crank the master though. And then at the end, I'll show you like a bass tone through it. I really love the bass tone you can get out of this thing. It sounds to me like Justin Chancellor from Tool, but that's my ears, and my ears are not good for that kind of thing. But especially when it comes down to basses. But I really like the way it sounds. There's something about it when I plug my bass into it. I just really enjoy the sound of it. I have another solid state amp from late 70s, early 80s, and it's a Vox. Bass combo, is that what it's called? I don't know. It's basically I've got the Escort lead over there, and it's the Escort bass combo, basically 50 watt. Slightly louder than this. This is only a 30 watt all solid state amp, but I reckon this one sounds better. I prefer the sound of this to the Vox. It just sounds a bit more gnarly and a bit growly. It sounds a bit more rude, and I like it. Anyway, so let me tell you how I've got this thing set up for my pedal board. We're coming out the high impedance input. Preamp volume is at 7, so 2 o'clock. Master volume, I'm going to have... Nope, somebody's still got an appliance on. Master volume, I'm going to be... I don't know when that'll be. Probably about 10 o'clock. Treble, because it's a bass amp, I've had to crank the EQ, obviously, because with the EQ all the way down, it's a very dark sounding amp, you know. It's a bass amp. When you put guitar into it, you need to boost things. Treble, I've got up at 8 o'clock, so that's 8 on the dial. 3 o'clock is the way it is. Mids are cranked, they're on 10. No bass, because again, it's a bass amp. If you put more bass on it, it gets messy. Anyway, presence is at 3 o'clock as well, and that's it. No reverb, no nothing. Any reverb you do hear will be coming from my pedal board, people of the tube. So mainly the Zoom G2 or the Cloudburst, depending on how I feel. Mic'd up with the SM57. The speaker is offset. It's a single 12-inch speaker, Celestion speaker. It is ported as well. This cabinet is ported. It's a closed back cab, and there is a port here. Which does help, actually. It just kind of like makes the thing breathe. Like I say, the low impedance thing input is good, but I don't really like it. You know, it's not really, I don't know, it stifles the amp, I think. But yeah, so there we go. Also, another thing to mention is the condition of this amp is insanely clean. I don't think I've ever seen one of these 80s Marshalls in such good condition. Like, there's just no wear. There's no Tolex ripped, there's no dints, there's no dents. The only thing that's happened is the writing has it's gone off colour. It's kind of yellowy now. It looks actually really, really cool. It probably still look white on the camera, but when you get up to it, it's actually kind of a yellow colour. The logo has got no scuffs. This thing has never, ever been outside of somebody's house. You know, this hasn't been gigged. And again, rightly so, because it's not loud enough. But anyway, enough waffle. Let's get into the Marshall bass combo sound. So, I'm really looking forward to this. This is an amazing amp, it really is. And again, I recommend these series of amps to anyone. Master Reverbs, 5210s, you know, you name it. I really wish I'd never sold my 5210, but dough. Anyway, let's make some noise and cheer myself up.
amp on its own.
Okay, there you go. That's the Marshall bass combo. Not an amp of loads of sounds, but what it does have are wicked. You know what I mean? It's not like the Master Reverb where you can get loads of different sounds out of it because the gain's amazing and you can get from like really sparkly cleans to kind of like full out rock and everything in between. It's, you know, this is very much a bass amp in that kind of like, you know, clean headroom way, but still has breakup if you crank it. When I had the Les Paul, everything was flat out. Everything was on 10, apart from a bass, which was still on 0. But I love it. I love it. And again, the condition of this blows me away. Absolutely blows me away. I've never seen one in such good condition in my life of this series of amps. So, yeah, let me know what you thought in the comment section below, YouTube. Like I say, not like tons of gains to be had, but like as a pedal platform or as like a cranked thing. Because even when it's cranked, it's loud, but it's not... I mean, if you were to play on this thing for an hour with it cranked like that, you'd definitely knacker your ears. But like for a brief period of time, like, you know, for a couple of minutes, like half an hour of just playing this thing flat out, you're gonna tell you've been playing through it, but it's not gonna, like, you know, knacker your hearing as much as, like, you know, some other amps would. Excuse me. So, but as a pedal platform, it's amazing. As a bass amp, I think it's amazing as well. Like I say, with my crap ability to dial in and play bass, I do apologise. Bass players around the world, I apologise on behalf of myself for my amazingly bad bass playing. And also ability to dial in tone with the bass, because I'm always like, yeah, that sounds really cool. And then I listen to it back and I'm like, God, that sounds bad. But that's me. Anyway, let me know what you thought, PeopleTube, in the comment section below on the Marshall bass combo. It's a, again, let's just go over it. 30 watt, solid state, single 12-inch speaker, single channel amp from 1988. And it is amazing. It really is. I love it to bits. And it always does this. Oh, it didn't do it that time. Normally these amps, when you turn them on and off, they go... it's like you've been shot. The Master Reverb does it, and, like, you know, some of my other old Marshalls do it. It's just like, ugh! And this does it, but he didn't do it then because obviously it's on camera and it's not going to do it. Anyway, let me know what you thought in the comment section below, PeopleTube. Yeah, I love it. I really, really love it. Sounds mega. Anyway, yeah, if you like the video I did on this channel, please consider becoming a patron at Patreon. Links to that in the description box below, as well as links to other stuff down there as well, including my band Red Giant. If you could go and subscribe to Red Giant, we'd really appreciate it. It really helps us out. Other than that, thank you very much indeed for watching, PeopleTube. I will see you again very soon for another one. Have a great morning, afternoon, good evening, and goodbye now. And also, I have to apologise. My brain is on so many things right now. I can't... My guitar playing is suffering for it because I can't break my brain. It's not working. Anyway, see you later. Enough excuses. Goodbye now.